3, 2, 1, and let's go. Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode here on the YouTube channel. In today's video, we are winning the FA Cup as you've seen, but because I went and pressed record where you conceded in the 95th minute, because that's something that generally happens on Football Manager, because they somehow know this. Anyhow, and outside the fact we just conceded, we're about to win the FA Cup. And more importantly, the reason why I'm giving you this piece of information is because we have the opportunity to become invincible. That is correct. Today's episode is not the Champions League final. That will be next episode. We will be playing Liverpool at Anfield for a chance to make history and be invincible and importantly get to 104 points in the league, which is the most amount of points and eclipses our total of 103 of last season. As you can see on screen, we did win 3-1. We're utterly dominant. That was only Leicester's second shot all game, and they scored really, really late. This bodes very well for us when it comes to the Champions League final if we're defending this well. The boys lift the trophy for the second year in a row. I'm very happy with that. Now we just hope that the team is ready to do the job at Anfield. I've never been invincible in England. My only 2 invincible seasons came in my FC Mess Save, which you can watch. It is on the YouTube channel. And that is back when I had Fabio Silva up front scoring over 40 goals a season. And I will say, being invincible France is easy as long as you don't go and get done by PSG. By remembering one of those seasons, I went invincible and only won the league by 4 points. So, yeah, it's a very much a farmers league over there. Since we last met, though, which was Benfica, we beat Brighton 2-0 in a game that realistically it was 1-0 for a long time, even though we dominated, and then Desiree Dou scored 99th minute. We then played West Ham and things got very nervy where we were 1-0 down, but found a way to go and score 4 goals in the second half in a convincing second half display to go and seal the win and this opportunity. And as just said, we just did win the FA Cup. I'll give you guys a goal of this game here as well. As you can see from the stats, apart from the possession, which sometimes we give away, but we are defensively solid, we decided to go and score 3 goals second half and win the game. Desiree Dou in time, no one stepped on him. Always going to put it in the far corner when you get that. We also had here as well, Koulibaly win the ball. Junior, Desiree Dou, Martins, he's world class. Great signing for 48 million. Goal. And George Davies, who's been injured and finally come off the bench. We win it in the inverted wing-back system as I was trying to see the game out. Mohamed was cynically fouled. Davies one touch and put it into the roof of the net with a world-class finish. I'm very happy with that, obviously. And you guys saw that goal as we cut into the episode. So with that being said, we're going to go into the data hub quickly. This is what it looks like in the league season. We're 11 goals over our XG. Last year, we scored over 20 in the end of last season. So not as much over performance, but we've now got 90 XG, which is way more than last season by memory. We're 8 goals under XGA, which is better than last year. And unless Liverpool somehow pump us, we are going to keep less, going to concede less goals than last season, which is massive, which was 23. And we are 21 points plus on our points as well. As you can see in the league, we're on 37 games played, 33 wins and 4 draws, 102 goals for, 19 against. Last season, we scored 105, so very similar, but much more goals conceded, 5. 5, that's not math, 4. So yeah, we're on the same amount of points. So as long as we do not lose today, as long as we draw or win in today's episode, we're undefeated, we set a new points record, and we go invincible for the first time ever in my Football Manager journey in England for the very first time. It's got to be one hell of a ride at Anfield. They are in 11, but that's mainly down to the points deductions because of FFP and administration rules. I'll see you guys in a second at Anfield to try and do the unthinkable. Here we are, YouTube. Anfield with a chance to be invincible. They've not had a great year, Liverpool, to be fair to them. Obviously, the administration, 9 points, etc. has kind of derailed them quite a fair bit. This is obviously a bit of an outlier season. They did make the quarterfinal of the Champions League and through a lead at Anfield away at the Bernabeu against a team that we play in the Champions League final. So yeah, this would be a good test for the Champions League final, which is next episode. Without further ado, there's not much else to say, boys. Let's just get into it because look, it doesn't matter about anything except winning this game. Dominguez is in goals, Mr. World Class. You got Robinson, Sayed, Hincape, and Lozano, the best midfield that we can have. We've got Koulibaly, Desiree. I'm thinking Batista is yet again going to play in this big game. Dennis is coming back from injury. Could sit on the bench. Don't think he's kind of ready. And look, at the end of the day, this is 0-0. We do not care. There's part of me that wants to play the two inverted wing-back system, but I think our best form to get a result is doing what we've been doing. Starting the aggressive 4-for-3. If we score, if we need the inverted wing-back system, switch in. Martins, Herman, and Consigli are the best front three that we have. Herman's form's dropped off a little bit. Same with Consigli too. But I still believe in them to be very, very good footballers. I don't have any real qualms of any of them playing, and hopefully they'll find some form here late doors. You guys saw, not in the last episode, but the PSG episode, etc. You know that Herman can be fantastic out wide, so that's the main thing. Here we are, lads. Last game of the season at Anfield, knowing that if we get a result, we are going to be undefeated in England. Costa's world class. James Thompson is amazing. Arriga's my former boy. Beraldo is not bad. Harry Mass is very good, very similar to what I've seen at Liverpool previously. Diouf in the middle was getting a bit old, but looks fantastic. Hassan in his, in his prime is fantastic. Ismail Olmedo looks unbelievably unbelievable. Fratula's very, very, very good as well. Joe Rego is not bad at all, and Szoboszlai is actually playing up front, which is a little bit weird. Trent's on the bench, losing all his physical. Kanate's on the bench too, losing all his physical. Jose Marsha is on the bench as well, not playing in the middle of the park. And Bonanani is off the bench as well, which is a little bit interesting. Lucas Matarazzo has potential to grow into a world-class player too. Victor Christensen, another player that you guys will know. This is a very good Liverpool side, a side that definitely doesn't deserve to be in 10th right now. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's go. Who should be player of the season? Anyone that plays for me. None of my guys are there. Erling Haaland, done. Here we are, boys. Will we go undefeated, chat? Let me know. We are currently live. We've had a couple disconnections, so we've definitely been live longer than 2 hours, but been about a 5 and a bit hour stream. Definitely worth checking that out. At Anfield, Olmedo, Diouf. Clearly Liverpool in the red, and we're going to be in our normal colours. Great ball, Consigli. Good touch. Goal. We lead 1-0 at Anfield. Well won in the middle of the park by Batista, and Consigli scores. It's 1-0. Brilliance. Actually, think I forgot to do this. And I think I forgot to do this. And we missed the goal, so I do apologise because I'm trying to make the changes. So let's go and wait for the break and play, and I'll recap the goal again for you. But yeah, there we are. 1-0. Completely forgot. Was so in the zone about starting the game. Better not be a goal from kickoff here because I'm trying to make changes, which is a thing. Because it wants to give you that, do you want to make changes after this goal? Pop-up box. So I'm hoping this is just pointless. Thank you. All right. Now, there is a highlight ready to go, but let's just recap the Consigli goal because we don't going to get a replay. Batista steps in and wins it. Great touch to give himself an angle, and he's world-class, Consigli. 104 million from Newcastle still. Highlight, Robinson throws back to Martin. Sayed Amran. Inside ball to Hincape. Finds Sayed Amran. Robinson. Martins doesn't find him. Harry Mass picks it up. Martins, what a tackle. Falls to Diouf though. Joe Rego, Szoboszlai. Ball into Almedo. Joe Rego. Wide. Good break for Liverpool, to be fair from them. Good response, but it is still going to be 1-0 Wrexham. Time ticks away. Mate, if the game keeps doing what it's doing right now, we're going to be invincible, and that's going to be crazy. Desiree into Herman, short. Back to Desiree. Herman still wide. Finds him. Beat your man. Finish, Josh. Josh Herman scores. Been a little bit of a barren end to the end of the season for him for goals. And then bang. Puts us 2-0 up here at Anfield. The cop is stunned. And well, boys, as it stands, we're going to be invincible. Invincible. Herman hits. That's 2-0. As things stand, we're on 106 points with 34 wins in a Premier League season and 4 draws. As it stands. Still a long way to go. Backstick, Thomas heads into the back of the net. Looked like Dominguez just left it, which is a bit weird because it was clearly going in. But 2-1, we've conceded. No clean sheet on the final day. No clean sheet on the final day. I will say Berger predicted a 2-1 win. As it stands, that is the case, Berger. Martins, Desiree, Koulibaly, Batista, Hincape. Back to Sayed Amran. Koulibaly, good into Robinson. Desiree, good football. Martins, he drives inside. Batista now needs an option. Consigli, Lozano goes for goal. Went with his non-preferred left foot. I think the only problem with Lozano, because he's naturally right-footed, is in that situation, even though he's got a good left foot, will look to go inside, where a natural one would cut it. But what you do get is Lozano will sometimes come inside from this position and then be right on goal. So you take the good with the bad. That's one where he should really be cutting it on his left foot there. As things stand at halftime, we are 45 minutes away from being invincible. Time ticks away. Another highlight, though. Hassan. Thomas. And not Thompson. Thompson. Arriga. Hassan. Ball inside to Szoboszlai. He's got runners here. Good ball to Almeida. Bit stretched. Szoboszlai with a chance for 2-2. What a miss. All right, I've seen enough. We don't need a win today. Boys, time to go inverted wing back, and I know it's only the 50th minute. Do not care. I don't want to highlight. We sit in, we're defensively solid, and this game now is done. The Italian comes out in me. This game is done. I don't want no highlight. 68 minutes played. Rodrigo is tired. Martins is tired. Ben Doak off the bench against Liverpool in his former club. I like it. Herman's had a good game, but Junior's more of a winger. And Mohamed for Consigli, I think, is a good option too on the break. And I think Walter coming in for Lozano makes a lot of sense here too. We've got into the inverted wing-back system. This is all about seeing it out now. Highlight. Szoboszlai. Thompson. Fucking jeez, can't say it. Jose Marsha. Mr. T. There you go, got around it. Bunanani. Arriga. Out to Beraldo. Good from Liverpool moving side to side. Joe Rego. Amas. Cuts it. Back stick. Bunanani heads. That's going to be wide. And that's the thing. We stay so compact. The head is not going to come from around in the 6-yard box. It's going to come from the back stick. Like really far back stick. Happy with that. Arriga, Jose Marsha. We've got one more change ready to go. It will be George Davies in a second. Let's get through this highlight first. I think we've got one more change here. We've only made 4. Should be one more that we can make. Hassan. Szoboszlai gets there. Yeah, we need to make that midfield change. Desiree is not getting anywhere near it in a press. Hassan's elite finisher. Dominguez, what a save. Mr. George Davies in the box-to-box. Batista now moves into ball-winning midfielder. There we go. 10 minutes away. Time to start time wasting, boys. Time to start time wasting. Time ticks. 3 minutes away. Wrexham are invincible. And shout out to Berger, who, by the way, I believe in a 2-1 win. The old school will still apply. The bot might be dead. The gamble all the points, but there we go. Didn't play well, but we got the win. And that is a hallmark of this season. We did not play well at Anfield, but we got the win. And yet again proving the inverted wing-back system, mate. When you need to see out a result, it does a job. It is Liverpool 1, Wrexham 2. Bit of a masterclass with the inverted wing-back system, you reckon, Berger? I think it was not bad. You're a genius for predicting 2-1. I believe in that too. And there we go, boys. Invincible. I have never done that in England. This team has to go down as the best team we've ever built. There is so much world-class talent. Now, I generally, in the Champions League last game of the episode, the season, and every Champions League final, I'll go for every Premier League player. Oh, every Premier League player. Every player that we have on the roster. But what I might do, considering just went Invincible, is let's go through the players that made it possible. Luis Dominguez is probably, arguably one of the best keepers I use. I used a guy called Oglev who's better, but Dominguez is fantastic. Dan Robinson is an absolute sensational footballer. Looking at him at right back, you know, what a defending right back. He's very good. Still can go forward, obviously. Just, yeah. Sayed as a centre-back, physical specimen, 6'1", absolutely elite. And if he gets his technicals up, he's only 21. He could be world class, like as good as Cunnington. Pierre Ncampe, obviously, to bring in a guy of this experience to come in after losing the best centre-back in the world in Jared Cunnington is huge. Shout out to Cunnington, though. Obviously, with Cunnington, he was here for the first half of the year. Best centre-back in the world. This season would not have been possible, and last season would not have been possible without him. He's averaging a 7.23 at Bayern Munich. He's only 6 games away from getting us 41 million, so not bad. Lozano obviously has grown into one of the best left-backs in world football. He's got 18 stats of 15 plus. He's only 21. There's so much development. A lot of these 13s and 14s could get to 15s. And the big thing is a lot of these 15s and 16s are probably going to get to 17s and 18s. So he is fantastic, right? Koulibaly in the whole is absolutely sensational. We absolutely love him. Obviously, Desiree Doué is world-class. Look how good he is. 100 and something million. Fantastic as well. Batista, obviously, as a defensive midfielder, is world-class, and bringing him in for 74 million is great. Martins, we signed this season, 48 million. Not great, but what he does in the match engine is superb. He beats his man, he gets to the byline, and then he'll be the passer to the assist. He opens up so much space, like 18 passing, 16 technique. Have a look how good he is. Like, he was a no-brainer to bring in this season. Josh Herman, obviously, has come through the academy. This has been his best season, I think, on paper. Which is good. Maybe not. Last season apparently was better, and a few other seasons. I just feel like this season playing out wide, he was way more involved. So there we are, Josh. And obviously Consigli for big money from Newcastle was absolutely massive. 17 goals, 8 assists, 7.41, fantastic. Obviously Mohamed is world class in this too. You've had Junior as well, who's been fantastic. Obviously 22 million was very good money to spend. 10 goals, 10 assists this season. Ben Doak's another one. 56 million, always chipped in, always averaged over a 7 for us. Some of the goals he scored were worldy this season. And Jacob Ramsey, signing that we brought in here, 8.5 million. We've got to try and pick him up on a free. Obviously, Al Hilal made that bid, and we matched it, and he chose us. He's pretty good at coming off the bench. This is the thing. George Davies, another Wrexham legend for the academy. Fantastic. Never does anything wrong, but never is, a big assist, match rating getter. Parsons has been here for many a season. Always played pretty well. Fantastic. Zeze, he's someone that right now is playing pretty damn good. But, if you looked at him in maybe 2, 3, 4 seasons' time, would be one of the best centre-backs around, and full-back maybe as well. Walter, obviously, is a backup full-back. He got great ability getting up and down on the left-hand side as well, which is fan. We've just had an internet disconnection there, YouTube, so I'm just going to finish off this episode. And yeah, obviously that's all fine there too. And they're all very, very good. And obviously Jordan Shaw's the backup. Got other players that we could mention in all this, of course, as well. Like James Richardson, the youngster. Dimitri Dennis probably deserves a mention. The guy's been fantastic as well. I just lost the internet here, which seems to be a thing every 2 hours. OBS seems to cut us off, which makes no sense. So I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much, YouTube, for checking out this one. I'm going to cut away now. And I'll see you guys next time for the Champions League final, and hopefully to beat Real Madrid and end the save.